another question where we can apply the K method. Now, this does not fall into either of the two categories that we previously mentioned. Those where we have rational exponents and we choose K to represent the smaller exponent, and also where we have repeated terms. This now lies in a third category where we have X as the exponent. So any type of question in algebra where you have X as the exponent, you always want to start off by making sure that the bases are products of prime numbers. Now here we have 4 to the power x plus 8 is equal to 9 times 2 to the power x. So we look at the terms where we've got x as an exponent. And we're going to rewrite those bases as products of prime numbers. So we know that 4 can be rewritten as 2 squared. And this is something important that I want you to take note of. When you replace a base, please replace it in a bracket. If it had an existing exponent, that existing exponent goes outside the bracket. Then we've got plus 8 is equal to 9 times 2 to the power x. So the 2 here is already a prime number. Now to simplify this, 2 squared to the power of x, we're going to apply a law of exponents that says if we have a to the power m inside the bracket and there's an exponent outside the bracket, we multiply the two exponents together. So remember that brackets means multiply, right? So our first term becomes 2 to the power 2x. At the same time, we want to have this in order, so I'm going to put the next term that had x in it, which is this 9 times 2 to the power x, but let's take it over to the left-hand side. That's going to be minus 9 times 2 to the power x plus 8 equals 0. So we have all of our terms over on the left. So when we look at this, we have a trinomial, but it is not quadratic. We need to apply the K method so that we can get it to be in quadratic format and we can easily factorize it. Now looking at what we have, generally we choose K to represent the base with the smaller exponent. And in this case, even though we don't look at them as being rational, because it's just 2x and x, we still choose K to represent the term with the smaller exponent, since x is smaller than 2x. So we're going to say let K equal to 2 to the power x. We know automatically the bigger exponent, the term with the bigger exponent becomes k squared. Then we have minus k plus 8 equals 0. And in case you're wondering, how does 2 to the power 2x become k squared? Let me just show you on the side so you have a better understanding of that. So we know that k squared is k times k. And we chose k to represent 2 to the power x. So we're taking 2 to the power x and multiplying it by itself. Laws of exponents states that when we are multiplying bases that are the same, we add the exponents. So x plus x is going to be 2x. Here you can see 2 to the power 2x is replaced with k squared since they are equal. Now the next step is to factorize this trinomial. It's quite easy to factorize this. We are looking for factors of the last term. When we multiply them, they must give us positive 8. But when we add them, they must give us negative 9. So the factors of 8 that we would use would be 1 and 8. The manipulation of the signs, both of them would have to be negative. Negative 1 times negative 8 would give you positive 8, and minus 1 minus 8 would give you minus 9. Now, solving for k from each bracket, we have k is equal to 1 or k is equal to 8. And then remember, you're actually solving for x. So your next step is to replace k with what you had set it equal to. So on the left-hand side, we're going to have 2 to the power x is equal to 1. 2 to the power x is equal to 8. So what do we do from here? You're solving for x that is an exponent. You actually learned this in grade 9, where when you're solving for x as an exponent, you need to get the bases to be the same. Once the bases are the same, they cancel out and you equate the exponents. Since the base of x here is 2, we need to rewrite the right-hand side as 2 to the power something that gives us 1. And we know from laws of exponents, anything raised to the power 0 is 1. Now that our bases are the same, they cancel out and we equate the exponents. So our first answer is x is equal to 0. Working with the second equation, we are going to rewrite 8 as a base of 2, and that is going to be 2 cubed. Now that the bases are the same, they cancel out, and we equate the exponents. So our second answer is x is equal to 3.